What's up, guys? It's Ian, aka Hailstorm,
and Anthony, aka Mione,
of Wixtar Black Diamond Battle Gaming, Baltimore, Maryland-based Nerf for Hire party venture. As you can see, we're loaded out with a couple of our favorite Nerf blasters, the Strife and the Hammer Shot. Now, these are customized and painted by our team. We'll get into that a little bit later, but right now we want to tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do.
and how exactly you can help us do it better. My name is Anthony, and my call sign in Wixtar is Mione.
My name is Ian, aka Hailstorm, co-founder of Wixtar Black Diamond Battle Gaming.
I helped to start Wixtar mostly because I get super childlike giddy whenever I have a Nerf gun in my hand. Anytime foam darts are flying towards me, over my head, past me, anybody's talking about a new Nerf gun, I get really excited. And being able to take a part of, painting them and customizing them and seeing what people like, then meeting new people who like Nerf, is just really exciting.
I started writing at a really young age, and it's a really low energy activity, but somehow still very tiring. I got into breakdancing, and I had a lot of friends who would do parkour, so I learned how to flip off of walls and downstairs, off of cars, all kinds of things. So I learned how much I like outdoor physical activity. Also, firearms are fun, but I can't run around shooting people because that's totally illegal, very dangerous, and I do not support it in any way. But when the bullets are foam and don't really hurt any part of your body except your eyeballs, whole different ball game.
My favorite blaster is actually the Nerf Cam ECS 12. I'm gonna tell you why. Just hear me out. I know the camera sucks. I know this. It's like a 1997 webcam. Whatever you would compare it to, it sucks. It really sucks. But the gun itself, like the profile of the blaster, the shell, looks so much better than any other shell that exists in Nerf. Pardon some guns that aren't even out yet, because those look pretty good. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
My favorite blaster is actually the Strife. I like the Strife so much because it's very versatile. It is highly customizable. There's an endless number of combinations that can be made with this. This is like the original modulus. This is my favorite blaster because it's really versatile. You can dual weld them, or you can turn it into an SMG, which is another thing that I really enjoy doing. Proximity scope, stockade, shoulder stock. Mix that with a 10-shot banana clip and a modulus drop grip, and you have yourself one deadly blaster.
What I do in Wixtar is a little multifaceted and a little less direct, I guess. I help to lay out the profiles for blaster paint designs. I help with super intricate little decal type and stencil type work on certain things. And my number one focus is getting to know the internals of blasters, whether they be springers or flywheels, electric, whatever way they work, and being able to understand the components and upgrade them.
At Wixtar, I am currently the head of painting and design. I also run our event planning.
Given the doldrum of everyday life and responsibilities, the ability to procure the right kinds of materials and components that we would need on a daily to weekly to monthly basis in order to meet client demand and the requests for modifications and customization that people want is kind of demanding. So what patronage would do that would allow us to be able to get different materials that we otherwise wouldn't be able to get our hands on, and it would help us keep up the quality of work, the consistency of satisfaction with the work.
We really want to make sure that our work is top-notch and professional.
And actually we'd probably be able to double or, in some way multiply our output.
We supply the weapons and the ammo and the eye protection especially. Very, very necessary. We provide the game rules and modes. We also provide the staff to run the games and referee them for any kind of event you have. We would like to make not just clients and customers, but friends and repeat customers as well. I want to make sure that every one of my friends that's bought a blaster from me knows where they can get a good one and knows that they're going to get it for a good price. Along with Mjolnir's help, procurement and buying, since we're trying to expand the business. Now that's where your help comes in. We are really trying to get our hands on some of the newer blasters coming out. I'm sure that a lot of you avid nerfers have heard of the Tri-Strike and the Hyperfire. I don't know if you took a look at some of our photos, but the Iron Man started off our Strife Heroes line. That, as you can imagine, is a line of Strife blasters painted in the designs of several heroes. We have so far done Iron Man, we've done Green Lantern, the Huntress right here. This was our first camouflage style blaster, and somebody decided to trick it out with a long range barrel, a folding grip, and a demolisher stock, which happens to hold the exact amount of darts necessary for a 10-shot banana clip. They just go right in there. You're welcome. That's a free tip from Hailstorm. We need paint, we need supplies, we need tape. In just a minute, I'm going to take you guys back there to my workshop, and you'll get to see what it is we do and how I do it, and that's where we're trying to, broaden our horizon. So as I told you guys, we're going to take you back into a little bit of our operations, give you a small taste of what we do and why it is that we need your assistance. Come with me. These are the Bayonettas, the first two hammer shots I ever painted. I call them that because they kind of reminded me of the Scarborough Affairs from Bayonetta, which is one of my favorite video games. This is where we both spend a lot of our time. Right now, the customizations are our bread and butter. This is how we sustain our operations and keep everything going. I believe this is for the Sailor Moon commission that I took for one of my clients, Will. He requested a Sailor Moon for his daughter, a Harley Quinn for his wife, and a Joker for himself. This is a Nerf Strife fresh out of the package, unused and untouched. When I go to paint a customer's blaster, it goes straight from out of the package, gets sanded up and painted, sprayed. There's a lot of taping going on, and that's why I have Mjolnir's assistance with designing the blasters. Personally, I can do it. I got the techniques down, but I don't always have the vision. He's a visual artist, a great one. We're also going to link his stuff in some of our descriptions. But that's where he helps me with that.
So first thing that I wanted to mention were the Emerson action cams, which we use head-mounted or wrist-mounted on our VIPs who are, the ones that have ordered the function or whatever. We like them to have something to remember us by and something to, say a little thank you for even, coming to us. What's laying under the action cams, because you can't go into battle without the foam. That's the ammo. I just want you guys to understand that.
All of our blasters come fully loaded and with fresh battery.
We got every type that you're ever going to need for any battle. There's serious. There's missiles. There's megas. There's elites. It's crazy.
Got accessories to build it out any way you'd like. If you want an SMG, we can do an SMG. If you want a pistol, we can do a pistol. And our payload of clips and magazines. Now we have 6s, we have 10s, 12s, 15s, 18s, 25s, 35s, whatever you need. We got it. We're going to load it into your blaster and give it to you to start flinging foam on your friends. I really like Rust-Oleum Krylon Fusion and Krylon Cover Max. I'd like to start learning a little bit more about other kinds of spray paints, but right now, with the budget that we have, these work wonders. Highly recommended for any spray paint project you're doing. This is how we run our entire operation with one Asus laptop. This is my favorite brand, actually. Both laptops I've only had 2 laptops my entire life, but both of them were Asus, and both of them served me really well. And we're not asking for funding to get like a, couple terabytes worth of data. We don't need that necessarily, but we do want to keep this one running well. If parts get broken or destroyed, we got to be able to replace it to keep things running smoothly. It's just a small percentage of our current arsenal. Take a look.
Just a sliver of what we've got.
We have some classic Nerf guns like the Stampede and the Deploy. We want to branch out into painting other types of blasters. Right now we're doing double strikes, hammer shots, strifes, and working on the Demolisher and Modulus next. It's not going to be too difficult to grab a hold of, but we do need a little bit of practice. We need some resources to continue honing our crafts on.
what better way than to have it immortalized in a video, right? I mean, like, you want to look back and see, you want to see your darts flying out. It's great. It's actually a good feeling. I've seen it when we've tested it out. And, we're looking forward to, looking into several other platforms of video recording, getting our hands on some better video editing software so that we can make the final product just that much more crisp and that much more epic for you guys. Of course, where the magic happens, the workstation, where Ian does some of the best paint work I've ever seen from somebody who's had the level of training he has, like with the amount of training that he has and his artistic skill, because I mean, me being a visual artist, I can really appreciate an author coming out of nowhere and painting these awesome blasters. Like, so I'm happy to just lend, an ear and a little bit of advice on color layout and schemes, and, actually learning a little bit from him on just how to approach sanding a blaster, making sure that everything's taped off and scored properly so that the paint goes where it needs to go and it looks exactly the way that the client wants it for the final product. But, a couple of stampede shields for those of you who don't like to be hit with foam. There's a lot of different options that we like to keep open for our clients so that they'll be 100% satisfied with the final product. I'm saying final product a lot. That's actually really important because we need you guys to help us give the best finishing touches ever. This is probably Ian's favorite part of the workshop. He probably won't tell you that. He's like, I love it all equally. No, he probably loves doing this because he's great at it, A. B, it's fun to see how it comes together. Just checking out the paints. Of course, I know he's a huge fan of Krylon Cover Max, Krylon Fusion, and Rust-Oleum. He just can't wait to get into that aisle in whatever store he walks into and see what new colors of paint we can get our hands on. And that's another reason why we need you guys. We need to expand our collection, make sure that we, if somebody says, I want a chartreuse hammer shot. Chartreuse? Is that green? What is that? I don't know. Look it up. Slate gray, steel, silver, bronze, salmon, whatever you want. We want to be able to supply whatever customizations you can think of and be able to exceed your expectations while doing it. The Centurion, which, I think it gets a bad rap. I think it's a cool blaster. I mean, come on. When are you going to find a foam flinger that simulates recoil? But just a little. And then, just if a shot misses you in the battlefield, the more you help us to be able to do for you, the better we can get at it, the more we can evolve and give you new product, better content, and just, offer a better package as a whole.
That finishes up our tour. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.
These niggas mad at me. Yeah, they so mad at me. They tryna hold me down like I'm Rabbit Day.